Hey everyone, this is Sean Powell with Traffic Monsoon, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about your goals and setting, reaching milestones in your business. It doesn't matter what business you're in. As far as I'm concerned, if you're not at least have some idea of where you're heading, then you're going to have a hard time knowing when you get there. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to get there if you don't know where you're going? It's like jumping in your car and riding around and having no destination. You're not going to reach anywhere. And I've recently hit one of my milestones that I had put into business, and I've been in for still a little less than 6 months in Traffic Monsoon. And if this is your first video seeing, this is me. I'm 43 years old, was in restaurants for 26 years. I was able to quit my job 11 months ago. 11 months in one day, matter of fact. Today is April the 8th. If you can look at the bottom right down there, it is about 1:40 in the evening. That's my little boy. I'm a single full-time dad. He's 8 years old. And online business and being dad is all I do, and I love doing both. So I'm very feel like I've been blessed with it, to be honest. So able to leave after working 65 hours a week in a restaurant to come home and spend time with my little boy, help my dad who's got Parkinson's, do anything I feel like doing, working in the yard. I did this morning, stuff like that. It's a pure blessing every day. With that said, let's go to show you my Traffic Monsoon. My second milestone in this business, y'all, was reaching 100 active referrals. Okay, and I did that as of yesterday evening. So that's been one of the things. Now I really should have hit this, I feel like, probably a month and a half ago. We had some PayPal, Payza things we were doing in the business, but now we've got everything squared away, and I really think that now we're just going to really start turning out. 150 active members are going to come real quick for me now. I really think that everything's really starting to go. But the point was, y'all, I want you to listen to this. When I was 19 years old, my dad had gotten Amway, and I personally, I'm one of those people. I'm a math guy. First of all, I love to figure things out. I always love how things work, and especially if I'm passionate about it, I'll figure out how it works and what's the best way, and if there's a shortcut to it, I'll try to teach people a big picture and get there. It's kind of thing. One of the biggest things when I was 19 years old, my dad was in Amway, and of course didn't really get very far in it, to be honest. I was too broke to do anything, and he was a pastor in a church, and it really got to the point where it was starting to cause conflicts, and he felt like it might have been the way of getting in the way of the church, and so he wanted to step away from it, and I totally understood that. Cannot knock that. Let me turn off the volume here so I don't make any sounds. So but at 19 years old, I was reading books that were from Amway. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. These are books at 19 years old when you're already excited about something that set a light, it just put a fire underneath my butt, and I ran like crazy. And I'm 43 right now, and what I read when I was 19 years old still has a big impact on me today. And I remember one of the things I read, it was talking about having a magnet. It's talking about setting goals. And so many people, I honestly think if it's the basics, it sounds like it's so obvious, but so many people don't do it. And it's like, think of holding a magnet and you're pointing it out, and there's these little metal shavings, right? And that's your goal. You want to reach those metal shavings to get to you. You know what I'm saying? And they're coming at you, but they're coming real slow because they're so far away, and it's not a real long, real strong magnet. But what happens to people is they decide to quit pointing in one direction. Now, those metal shavings were coming to you, but they turn this way. And what happened to that? It stops. It don't go any further. It's stopping because magnets, you're not focusing in that one direction. See what I'm saying? And then they point over here for a little while, and they got the new metal shavings coming out, and then they stop that. And then they point over here, and you know what? Their goals, it takes forever to reach them, but majority of them don't ever reach them because they're not focused enough at keeping in one direction. Now, to me, not only is that true with whatever goals you're trying to set for yourself, and if you haven't even set a goal for yourself, then how are you going to get there? You know what I'm saying? You're really missing out big time. And I think a lot of people jump from business to business to business, and it's the same thing. How are you going to become an authority in this business if I'm not even paying attention to it? People are not going to fall in just because I signed up to it. Oh, Sean's in there? Okay, and then start flopping in. It's not going to happen. Okay? You need to be a beacon. I've said it over and over again. You need to believe in your business. It will be according to your belief. And y'all, I'm going to tell you that. I learned that in Amway when I was 19 years old. It will be according to your belief. And you know, until this day, I really can't think of anything in my life that ain't the truth. It'll be according to your belief. It seems so simple, but when you really understand that, it's very powerful. It's one of the most powerful sayings I know, to be honest. And but what I like to do, like a lot of people do, I think that taking and setting a goal up and putting it on your refrigerator is somewhere that you're going to look at all the time. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, I'm going to tell you something else. I had a dry erase board that was right beside my refrigerator. I had put up there over the years. Now, you got to realize, I was a single dad trying to take care of a little boy. I wanted a four-wheeler for me and him because I didn't realize it was paths in a pond behind our house. There's a beautiful pond back there, and it's got big clay hole where they dug the pond out. And he used to go back there and play. And, a four-wheeler was high to do when you have a little boy. And we could get back there. And y'all, I have been camping in some really nice places. And the pine trees back here behind my house is gorgeous. There's a hunting club, and they keep it clean. And there's nothing but pine straw and pine trees, and it's beautiful. And it's got little paths that go down and takes you to the pond back there. And it's an irrigation pond. They use it for stuff. But one of the things on my list was a four-wheeler. And if I hadn't stayed focused, I wouldn't have got it. Everything I had ever put on that dry erase board, everything I got. There was never anything up there I did not ever reach. And some of it, y'all, might have took 2 years to get it. You know what I'm saying? But I reached every one of those. And now recently, when I got in this business, I had already reached all the goals, so I wiped it clean and started using it for the dry erase board for this business. And I was using it to put people up there trying to organize and stuff like that. And I realized, to be honest, a good 5-subject notebook worked better for me. I know Frank Calabra, if you know who my sponsor is, he uses a nice dry erase board when teaching. And I may do that one day, but for the most part, for me, I think the 5-subject notebook worked better for me for doing it. So that's kind of where I put all my stuff at. But I wanted to show you a picture, and let me show you my refrigerator first. Oh, when I'm on my timeline and I'm looking at helping people, and usually Power Lead Systems, whatever they want my downline, I'll post that up there so they can see I'm taking calls, I guess. Okay, let's make sure you can see this here. All right, there's my refrigerator. Now I've got a lot of pictures of my little boy, and that little kid here, he pretty much lives at my house. He's his name is Junior. Antonio is his real name, but everybody calls him Junior. And everywhere we go, he goes with us. And this is what my refrigerator always wanted it to look like. Little boy at Christmas, a little boy's mom with my little boy, me and my little boy. I love my refrigerator. These were the very first words Adam ever said. And a little dry erase board, I wrote down every word. And in the very first sentence he'd ever said was, "Squeeze that baby." And I wrote every word that he said at the beginning. And to this day, I just took this picture. It's still there. I don't know if I can ever take it off. But there's more of this on the sides over here. And a little further over, which I don't have in the picture, is where I had my dry erase board, where I'd write down trips to Myrtle Beach or whatever the goals were that I wanted to reach. And not only that, I write stuff up there, like we'd go bowling, we go play putt-putt, we go to a place not like Chuck E. Cheese, but something kind of like that, except they had swimming pools and stuff like that in Wilmington. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, but yeah, those are things. And a lot of times, if you just got it in front of you and looking at it, then when they're like, we're bored, it's wintertime, let's go bowling, I wouldn't have never thought about it if I wasn't looking for the dry erase board. That's over here at your side. Anyhow, I'm mumbling, I apologize. But here, I want you to see, this is what my goals are or were, and that's one of my milestones right here I had just reached. Now let me show you this. When I first got in this business, this was Power Lead Systems. Okay, there was a lady that was in Power Lead Systems, and she was making about $2,500 a week, somewhere in the ballpark. And at that time, it was the most I'd seen anybody make in Power Lead Systems. And so I really wanted to stay focused in Power Lead Systems. I left Automated Wealth Network, which is the business I was in, so that I could stay focused, on just my Power Lead Systems business itself. And that's exactly what I did. And my goal was getting to $7,000, dollars in Power Lead Systems. I didn't know anything about Traffic Monsoon at the time. Okay, here comes the Traffic Monsoon, and my goal was 200 ad packs as soon as possible, 50 active members, and goal is $200 a day immediately. Okay, I slid this part up because really Power Lead Systems was going to grow at the same time as this. I felt like me focusing my time on Traffic Monsoon was really what I should have been doing. So that's what I did. So I slid this part under, and I put it where it looked like this. You could only see just a part of it. Y'all, I can tell you, I hit 200 ad packs so quick that I said, you know what, that's not it. That's not good enough. I hit it too quick. So I needed to flip it over and come up with some other ones, and that was my 50 active members. So I flipped it over, and I put this side, and this is how it looks to this very day. It's still sitting right here. Okay, 100 active members, be at 200 plus a day. Now, what y'all don't realize, a lot of y'all may not know, is I had gotten to over $400 a day in referral commissions from just Traffic Monsoon, and that was before PayPal. It's starting to trickle back up now. I'm over 100 a day. I'm not certain where I'm at, to be honest. I get bulk in, that kind of, I usually don't count that. I like to, just to be the real deal, how much I'm making per day. But, to be only February, mid-February, to be starting over, I feel like I've done pretty good. My goal was 3,500 ad packs in 2016. I'm hoping I'm going to reach that. It's going to take some work for the remainder of the year to get there, but that's fine. That's what goals are for. 1,000 ad packs. I'm not too far from that. But if you noticed, 100 active members, that's what I've just reached as of yesterday, and to be at 200 plus a day. All right, that's going to be all I'm going to show on this. So there's my 100 active, so I've reached my milestone for that one. And let's see, what else have I got going on here? I'll show you this. This was back when I was making about $400 a day. You see how trending, and you can see how it started up to get there first. See in this area right here. Well, look at this. This is where it went down because of PayPal and people having to get their account squared away for the Payza. And I put my head down and just kept getting out to the people. And look at this. It's starting to come back. See what I'm saying? Now, how much you want to bet in another month it's going to look like this again? Except this time it's not going to go back down. Now, on top of that, we should be getting freed up the money from PayPal no later than August of this year. So, 400, 300, 400 a day. I'm going to say 300 because some of these people might need to pull the money out, need some money, been waiting on it. I understand, if that's the scenario, it's going to happen. Don't be realistic about it. Some people are going to do that. But most of these people are going to realize that the money's still working, it's still going, the business still works, and they're going to keep going. So I'm going to have both of these together. My goal is I want to be beyond where this was at this best point. February the 7th, February the 9th, that's 100 times getting paid in 2 days. And that's pretty incredible. And I will show you where I'm at as of right now. This is 1 p.m. I don't think there's anything beyond that one. This is a couple of days ago. Let's see here. I'll go down to the last 24 hours. There's one for $250. I still got one for $500 coming in as a bank wire that hasn't cleared up yet. And let's go to last 24 hours. Okay, that'll work. Alright, so we're looking at 25. I'm not going to count that as 50 cents. 30, 45, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, I'm sorry, 75, 85, 90, 95, 105, 115, 120. I'm not going to count that one. 125, 130, 140, 145, 245, 250, 255. So $255 in the last 24 hours. Not too bad. You know, like I said, I think it's really starting to show where this is going to go at. So I'm really, really pleased with that. But y'all, I can already tell you, if you don't make goals for yourself, if you don't put it to where you can see something, well, here you go. It says, well, it's still early in the week, but so far I'm at $475. I average about $900 to $1,100 a week in Power Lead systems. I had actually made $1,600 last week, so that was a new goal for me. It's the highest I've ever made in Power Lead systems. But you know, to me, if I stay focused at my Traffic Monsoon business, and I stay focused at my Power Lead systems business, and you know, and just keep getting out to the people, show people I believe in it, and set my goals, you're going to hit them. Okay? If you miss your goal, have you ever heard that saying before? Aim small, miss small. You know what I'm saying? If you really have got just pinpointed where you're at, and if you miss your goal by time or something, it doesn't matter. I mean, at least you're hitting it. You're going to go in that direction. You know that. I think when you believe in your business and you just commit to it and don't quit and set yourself and stay focused, you're going to get it. And a lot of you, and I said this before, it means applying action when you don't necessarily know what you're doing. But that's how you make your way. Okay? I'm telling you, that is the answer. When you look around and say, you know what? Sean's going this way, or Frank's going this way, or whatever. You take the one way that you want to go, you implement what you learn around you, and you apply action, and you keep applying action. And if you do something right, great, you learn something. If you've done something wrong, great, you learn something. Because to be honest, if you know you're not going to quit, that bad is just as good, is just as valuable as the good that you learn. And I think a lot of y'all, you think that you're worried about what your friends are going to think on Facebook. You're worried about what your friends, if they see you on YouTube. Y'all, out of the, I'm honestly know over 10,000 leads I've had in the last year. I only knew 2 of them personally. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what people are thinking. And to be honest, you know, the other friends that you got on Facebook that's from businesses and stuff, more than likely they're going to learn something from you just for getting out there and applying action when you didn't know exactly what you were doing. You got to make it work for you, and there's no better way to make it work your way than to get out there and keep going and implement it and learn. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Put that fueled by belief, and then put all that together by staying focused with goals, and you're going to hit them. There's just another way about it. Y'all, if you're not in Traffic Monsoon, here's the way in. If you hit the link down below, I've got my phone number in there as well. You're tickled death to give me a call if you like. This is all I do for a living. My little boy's at his mom's house today, so I'm spending all day today. I've been playing hooky last couple of days. Yesterday, I put some new tires on my truck, and my dad's got Parkinson's. I went to the park in Mount Olive, a little town nearby, and walked around. I ran 2 miles, and then I was to the point I was so sore I could barely walk because I'm old. And I went by and stopped at my dad's house and spent the evening with him, and talking about the business, talking about church. He's a very religious pastor. Talked about my grandma. Talked about things like that, and it's a blessing, y'all. I mean, normally I would have been working 65 hours in a restaurant. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I work literally 40 hours in 3 days, and to be home and just be able to watch TV. I've been watching Fred Sanford this week, and I'm thinking the Dukes of Hazzard. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I might watch some old episodes of that. Might get my little boy into that too if he's interested. But y'all, I'm telling you, this is the answer. Traffic Monsoon. If you have not signed up at Traffic Monsoon, go ahead and click that at minimum. I need you to friend me on Facebook, because if you do not friend me, I cannot help you. Okay? I've got a guy named Michael Williams, a great guy. He come into the business. 2 weeks later, I had another Michael Williams come in the exact same name. And I cannot spend all day trying to find you on Facebook. If you sign up underneath me, I'm glad. I'm welcome to the business, but if you don't friend me on Facebook, I can't help you. Just good luck. That's all I can tell you. It's that important. And y'all, like I told you, showed you about Power Lead Systems here, right here. This ain't nothing, y'all. This ain't nothing compared to what Power Lead Systems can do for you and what it does for branding yourself. And I've got share codes. Let me show you real quick. I load this page up right here. I made a Power Lead Systems page by itself, and this is Frank's funnel. This is Yellow Brick Road. Both of these I think are very respectful funnels. I show you with proof of income in this video here if it pops up because of me doing my video at the same time. I think it will. But you can sign up at Power Lead Systems. If you're already in Traffic Monsoon and you look in the answer to put your Traffic Monsoon business into gear and start getting these, I didn't even tell you this, y'all. Listen, right here, my 100 active, between me and my sponsor, we've both been in for less than 6 months. We have both together almost 500 active referrals. Okay. The answer, what do we both have in common, is Power Lead Systems. It's the answer right here, y'all. There's no other way about it. So I would suggest going through, signing up at Traffic Monsoon, check out the video for Power Lead Systems, friend me on Facebook, and either one of these funnels, y'all, is going to be fine. The good thing about Power Lead Systems is it's unlimited what you can do. And there's my sponsor right here. He lives an hour and a half away from me in North Carolina. When I first met him, he made over $72,000 in this month of September. I signed up in October, and I've been smiling from ear to ear ever since. Y'all, if you need anything, just let me know. I'd be tickled to help you out.